Praise on your porch right now. Praise on your porch right now. Praise on your porch right now. This is what we do every day. This is what we will do today. We praise on our porch right now. We praise on our porch right now. We praise on our porch right now. This is what we do every day. Looty, looty, lotty, looty, late, late, lay. Looty, looty, lotty, looty, late, late, lay. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to a Wendy City on a Hill, meeting together, connecting with other cities on a hill to praise on our porch. We've come to praise on our porch from the porches of our lives. That's what we've come to do through the power of praise, through the power of the word. This is what we've come to do. We've come to join together. That's what we've come to do. And you know what? When I first fell in love with Jesus, I gave him all of my heart, and I thought that I couldn't love him more than I did right at the start. And when I look back over the mountains and the valleys where I've been, you know it makes me know that I love him so much more than I can say. And I keep falling in love with him over and over and over and over again. I keep falling in love with him over and over and over and over again. You get sweeter and sweeter as the days go by. Oh, what a love between you, Lord, and I. I keep falling in love with you over and over and over and over again. When I first fell in love with Jesus, did you give him all of your heart? Did you let him know how much you love him so than you have at the start? And as you look back over your mountains and the valleys wide, oh, it makes me know that I love him so much more than I can say. 'Cause I keep falling in love with him over and over and over and over again. I keep falling in love with him over and over and over and over again. 'Cause he gets sweeter and sweeter as the days go by. Oh, what a love between my Lord and I. I keep falling in love with him, falling in love with him, falling in love with you, falling in love with you, falling in love with you, over and over and over and over again. Yes, I keep falling in love with you over and over and over and over again. Woo! Jesus be praised. Hallelujah. Woo, woo, woo. Because you know what? Today will be the best day of my life. Today will be the best day of our lives. Today will be the best day of our lives. I got my joy back today. You know I did. I didn't give it away. I got my full heart today. I'm giving my love away. I've got your life in me today. You too, Rachel and Tracy too. Oh, 'cause today will be the best day of our lives. Today will be the best day of our lives. Today will be the best day of our lives. And that's how we choose to live, is that today is going to be the best day of our lives. I don't care what's come at us, what's come for us, but I can tell you who we are against, and we are coming at you today. Today is my day. I'm already at 3 o'clock in the afternoon into my day, and I know that some of you are just waking up on the other side of the world, and some of you are already finishing your nights and stuff. You know, some of you are sleeping. I got friends in New Zealand who are sleeping right now, or should be sleeping right now, but sleeping right now. They've had their day. Their day is done over, and we're just getting into, right, Crystal and Rachel, Monique and Betty and Larry Amy and Dave. Dave, you're gonna have an awesome oral surgery today. It's gonna be the best. It's gonna be completely done, settled, setting you up for incredible things. You know how I know that? Because you are not forsaken and you are not forgotten. Dave is not forgotten. God knows his name. Whoa, Tracy's not forgotten. Rachel's not forgotten. Larry's not forgotten. God knows his name. Light over darkness, strength over weakness, joy over sadness. He knows your name, Father to the fatherless, friend to the friendless, hope for the hopeless. He knows your name, you know. Sharon's not forgotten. Amy's not forgotten. Larissa's not forgotten. God knows your name. Whoa, Stuart's not forgotten. Jamie's not forgotten. Jeff is not forgotten. God knows our name. Whoa, God knows our name. Hey, God knows our name. Whoa, God knows our name. And that's it. That settles it. It's done. It's done. That settles it. God knows our name. Woo! You can't explain it. I cannot explain it. No. This does not make sense. Ooh! I know what it looks like, but I choose to come against, 'cause I'm speaking something different. Oh, come on. Let's just open up our windows and let's just speak a thing. Let's just speak our thing. Yeah. I'm speaking something different. I'm proclaiming something different. I'm singing something different, expecting something different. That this week will be a week for miracles. Come on, Cherie. So this week will be a week for miracles. Come on, Donna. I cannot explain it, and this does not make sense. Woo! I know what it looks like, but I choose to come against, 'cause I'm speaking something different. I'm singing something different. I'm claiming something different, expecting something different. That this week will be a week for miracles. Come on, Sarah. This week will be a week for miracles. Come on, Linda. This week will be a week for miracles. Oh, miracles. Come on, yeah. This is our week for miracles. And I'm telling you, I had a miracle happen today. I kid you not. Let me tell you this. It was a financial miracle. I brought this big, huge honking thing that should have cost like $300. Kid you not, $300. Kid you not. Should have been like $300. Brought it up to the cash register. I said, I can't find a price on this. I think it was on the clearance rack, but, it doesn't have a clearance tag on it or anything like that. Came up to the register. I kid you not, it should have been well over $300. I think Kevin told me like $350 is what it should have been. And I said, could you just tell me the price of it? Because you see, I'm not afraid to ask a question. I'm not afraid to ask, hey, could you tell me what the price is? Because I can believe my God for great things, right? I can believe that God can do a financial thing because I know that I am within reach of my God. I am within reach. I'm in sight. I'm in line sight. I'm in hand sight. I tell you what, you are in a line of sight of Christ and a line of sight of his anointing because it's all on you and it rests upon you that you can ask and you can know that God's favor, even financial favor, is upon your life. And I'm telling you that when I went up and I checked it out, I was checking out, it was the first thing I placed up on the on the conveyor belt, and it's going through the line, right? It's going through, and I'm thinking they're going to say maybe on sale for $200 or something like that. But I'm telling you what, because I wanted to bless my husband with a gift. I did, and I had the authority. Hello, John. So glad that you're on in here. And I had the okay from my father, because, you know, some of us have put our monies in lockdown, and we're only spending it the way that Jesus wants us to spend it. We're putting lockdown on our finances, and we're putting lockdown on our giving, and we're giving to only where we see fruit being displayed. We're getting some of that fruit, whether we get to taste of it or we get to hear of it. We're going to take some of that fruit. So here I am. I'm in line, and I'm making conversation to the sweet man, and I'm like, "How you doing today, sir?" Man, just such a great day, everything, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And I said, "Can you just check this price? Can you just tell me? I'm not for sure if I'm going to get it." And he checks it, and he says, "Yeah, $20. I was like, "Okay." And then I was like, "Wait a second." I'm in my head. I'm going, did he say $200 or did he say $20? And I said, what was that again? What'd you say again? And he goes, $20. And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll take that." Holy Jesus. I was like, oh my goodness. The financial blessings, family. I'm telling you, the gain that God has for our lives this year, the financial stability, the financial amazingness of our God that he has for us today and for this year is amazing. And this is day 5. And I've had other miracles happen and come through on the days before. I'm just saying 1, 2, 3, and 4 ain't got nothing on 5, because here I am, day 5 in this 365-day year. And I'm just already in the abundance of God, where something should have been way over $350, and God dropped it in my cart for $20. He ran it across that belt, and it said $20. And I said, "Whoa, yes." I said, "Yes, that's fine." And put it in there, and I was rejoicing. I didn't shout yet, because I think that it might have drawn too much attention. I don't want the enemy stealing my joy. I don't want the enemy stealing my blessing, right, Mondo? I did not want that to happen. And so here it was, this huge amount of blessing and stuff just coming from a simple question, asking, right, Donna? This is it. We serve a mighty God, wanting to bless my husband. Guys, I just want to bless you. You got to put a little bit into it, but I just want to bless you. And so I called my husband. I said, "Hey, guess what?" Because I knew if he was the seat, because he unloads our car, right? He's so good to me. He's such a good man. He just unloads our car of groceries. I can do it, you know, but it's a little difficult sometimes and stuff. And so I called him, and I said, "Hey, I just want to let you know that God really blessed me today. He just totally blessed me, and he blessed me for you. And I just need your face to come into agreement that it's a blessing. Before I even come home, I just need you to make sure that your face doesn't get upset at the blessing I'm about to bring you. I'm not going to tell you any more than that. See, because I could have given him that blessing before. I could have told him all about it, and then his face would have been like, okay, but I just wanted to see. I just wanted his face to be just like, and him to be in anticipation of what his God did for him, what his God is going to do for him, because he loves him so much. See, I want to bless my husband. I want to bless him. I want to bless everybody. I want to be a blessing, and I'm telling you, he is letting me be that. And so here it is. God, in all his graciousness, I'm calling. I say, "Hey, babe, by the way, I'm coming home. I got this gift, and you're going to see it right away, but I just want to make sure that your face is ready. Your face is ready. You don't give me one of those poo-poo faces, because you'll wreck your blessing. I'm telling you, you will wreck your blessing. You will wreck it for me, and you will wreck it for yourself." I just needed to put that out there, because sometimes faces, I can do the same thing. Kevin doesn't always do that, but I'm just saying that faces sometimes, they don't match the enthusiasm. I'm saying to you, I need your enthusiasm to match mine. I need your enthusiasm to match mine. Do you ever find yourself doing that? You're watching somebody, and you find that you're smiling from ear to ear, and you're thinking, "Oh my goodness gracious, I can't smile anymore. I'm like dying here. If she smiles anymore, I can't get any bigger. Or if he smiles anymore, if he fills me with any more joy, I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle it." And so here it is. I'm coming home, and I bring it out, and he's coming out to unload the car, right? And of course, I brought this box of pizza home too, because we're doing this fast, and it's no veg or no meat today. So I got this little pizza and stuff, and we got veggies on it and everything like that. So that was really cool. And so he was really blessed by that, that I brought him home some lunch. He's thinking, all right, she's feeding my belly. I'm good now. But then I said, now wait a second. I just want to let you know that your blessing's the first thing you're going to see when you look in that car. I'm just letting you know. You're going to see this blessing. So I just want to prepare your heart because I want to tell you something. I want to tell you, babe, that this blessing was so amazing. Hey, family! Happy New Year! So this new blessing, this blessing is for you, babe. This is how much your daddy loves you. And so here he saw this humongous, I'm talking, I think it was a 3 foot by 2.5 foot box, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. So I'm just going to tell you that it was worth every bit of my $20 that I spent on it, and worth even more. And so the Lord just really spoke, and he just opened, and he drew Kevin in, and he saw it, and he was like, it was just so cool. So it was so cool. It was so cool. Because if I hadn't set him up for success, he would have been thinking I was like spending tons of money. What'd you go do that for? What'd you, blah, blah, blah? And then he would have felt bad afterwards. He would have felt bad for getting after me. And that was so good. I set him up so good. I'm just saying, so our words really do make a difference. Really do make a difference. Hey, family. So all of that to say, that had nothing to do with what I'm going to share with you today. Except that God is so good. That this is the week of miracles. This is your day. This is your moment to act out in miracles. This is your day to give out miracles from heaven because you live under an open heaven. Right, Rachel? Right, Marie? We live under an open heaven. Open heaven. All authority, all power, everything we're giving out to others. So I don't know if you guys caught this in Genesis 11, and I have some of you who are just reading the New Testament this year, New Testament, Psalm, and a proverb. You're like, I'm not ready for that Old Testament, and that's just fine. And some of you are like, I'm so into the Old Testament, I'm not even touching the New Testament and the Psalm and the proverb this year. I'm just going to soak in the Old Testament. Wherever you at, I got a little bit from the Old Testament, a little bit from the New Testament. So I just want to talk about, I tell you, there's just such a stir in my heart. Yesterday, there was just such a stir, we got to get this, family. We got to get this. There is just there's an urgency. We got to be, man, not that I think Jesus is coming back like soon or anything like that, but there is such an urgency. There is such an excitement in my soul to be living so close, to be so in God's presence, to be in his stillness, and yet so much into his joy, and just enjoying him all throughout my day, and to bring others into that place. That is my heart's desire, is to bring you, to show you that you can be in God's presence all day long, and you can get so much from his word that we can stop running from every Tom, Dick, Joe, and Harry, and Susie, Sally prophet, and get our own words from the Lord out of the word of the Lord. This is what we can do. We can be given the word of the Lord of encouragement to other people in our reach, is what we can do. So here it is in the Old Testament. Remember this Tower of Babel? Man, every year God surprises me, right, Jennifer? God just always surprises me, because it's not that I go into the year thinking, I've read it, I've done that, I could probably write a little bit about the Bible and stuff, but I'm just like, I don't get all prideful like that. I'm just like, what do you got for me today, Jesus? What yummy goodness do you have for me today? What do you have for me today? And I was thinking about man's church, how the church is man's church is really suffering today. And that doesn't break my heart, but it breaks my heart how God's church has suffered for years. And now God has taken his church and he's saying, listen up. I'm done with man's church. I'm done with everybody playing their games. I'm done with Mother May I. I'm done with Red Rover. Red Rover, send healing right over. Red Rover, send your program right over. Red Rover, we're only going to use the young people right over. I'm just saying, God's stirring a message within me that he's like, man, God's church. And my brother, Jeff Randall, he spoke this. He says, man's church is in trouble. It's not God's church. God's church isn't in trouble. And that is the truth. God's people, we the remnant, the united saints of God, we are not in trouble. We might have trouble all around us. There may be trouble all around. However, we overcome by the blood of the Lamb, the word of our testimony, and we are overcoming. So here it is. I got to read, and I'm going to just leave you with this for Genesis 11, verses 1 through that part of the story, and I want to talk to you about. I would like for you to go back and read back through it, because I don't want to give you everything right this minute. I want you to be thinking as you're reading through that. Can you place the Tower of Babel and the city? Because here's the first verse. It says, "At one time, all the people of the world spoke the same language and used the same words." Jesus. As the people migrated to the east, and I'm just going to give you a tidbit here, because I'm telling you, it's really powerful. And I don't mind sharing it with you, because I'm okay if you just go off and you start teaching this, because I'm telling you that there is a time, and there has been a time, and there's been a time before time, and time again, that all the people in God's world, all the people in Christendom, or a lot of the people, I'm not saying all. I have to take that exclusionary word out. All is out. A lot of the people of man's church, a lot of the people in man's church today are using the same language, and it's not the language of the heavens. That's going to sit, and it's going to sit hard. It may even feel like, somebody just kicked me in the pants. And see, the people in verse 2 is talking about, they're talking the same words. Same words, and the people are migrating to certain ideas, that you got to have all these bright lights, and you got to have, and I'm okay with that. I love bright lights. And you got to have these big screens, and I'm okay with that. Or you got to have kneeling places, and you got to have that, because you can't be close to Jesus without your kneeling benches, all these kind of things that man does, that tries to put limits, all these traditions that man does. Or you can only have a church full of young people. My God, that breaks my heart, because there is such a wealth of goodness, so much in our older people and in our younger people, all around. And this is what God called us to last year. Do you remember? We're generation now. We're the now generation. We're not young or old. We are generation now, inclusionary of all who want to partake and be a part. This is the cool thing. So here it is. And think about verse 3. Just going to pop in there. That they began saying to one another, "Let's make bricks and harden them with fire." And in this region, bricks were used instead of stone. And I just keep thinking about man's church as I'm reading through that. And I was thinking about how how bricks were used instead of stones, and how sometimes we replaced, we took out the chief cornerstone, and we stopped standing on the rock of our salvation, and we started putting bricks that were by a fire. Somebody got a great idea, and it was a great idea. It was a permissible idea, but it wasn't a beneficial idea. It wasn't a God idea that He wanted implemented and things. And again, I don't know. You have to check yourself. I have to check myself. I'm checking myself daily to find out what I'm doing. And so there's those things. And I know some of you, man. I just know. Let me just say, family, I just know you. I know you. When you got to those names, I know how you feeling. I know how you feeling when you got to Genesis chapter 11 verses 10. You probably went and did not even read. Hey, Becky, you probably didn't even read the account of Shem's family, did you? You just looked on over. You cruised on over. I don't have to read that this year. There is no reason why I need to read that. And I just am saying, if you haven't read all the names in the Bible, just 1 year, read all the names, read every word, every dot, every tittle, just 1 year. Set yourself, if you have to set a time for 2 years from now and you say, I'm going to do it. I'm just saying, it's important. Why is it important? Let me tell you what. When people go and give an account of your life, don't you want your name mentioned? Don't you want people to know your name? Isn't it nice when people call your name? And see, people can't call your name, and it's not about getting glory. These people weren't all about getting glory back then. They weren't anything about that, but their names were written, and their names were written for a certain person, for a certain reason. Yes, they were. And so we get the opportunity because they made it in the book. I didn't make it in this book as far as my name. My name is not written in this book. However, my name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life, and I'm excited about that. So I can take the moment. I can take those 2 minutes, and that's not a heavy thing. I can take those 2 minutes and I can read over those. I can't promise you I do that every year. I do it very often. And this year, now that I'm talking about it, I am definitely reading them this year because I understand. Hey, Maurice. the importance of names, and there's a reason they're in the Bible, because God doesn't just throw things around. He just doesn't put names in there, because if he did, he would have put Wendy Peck in there. He would have put Wendy Ann Peck in the Bible. It would have been that important. He put certain names in there, and now there's this, all the scripture is for me, but my name is not in there. However, my name is written somewhere else because this got written, and so I can believe, and I now know. But so in these lists of the 10 through 26, here it is. Think about this. Yesterday we talked about the list of names, I think, as well. And this one is talking about he became the father of and had other sons and daughters. And I'm telling you, family, this year God is making you, women, Phyllis, hey Phyllis, he is making you, men and women of God, he is making you fathers of many. Fathers of many. If you're open, he is making you fathers and mothers. There's no limits, because see, it's not a gender thing. It's the heart that's behind the heart of a father, the heart of a mother. And you're going to have other sons and daughters, whether that's spiritually or whether that's in the natural. You have grandbabies coming your way, right? That's right. So again, underlining, he became the father of, and that might be something you just start a list. I've become the father of, and you start listing as people start adding into your life, or situations start adding into your life, that you get to father over these situations. You get to mother into these situations. Oh my Jesus, I know you're coming apart, sister. I know you're coming apart. I know you got a woo, 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 hallelujah inside of you. And then it's not just one, but it's this grand list. I can see it. You just, at the front of your journal, you're like, I'm the father of, I'm the mother of, and here it comes, all this list. And won't he do it? Won't God bring you in? There are some people that are able to take care of thousands and thousands and thousands. I've seen a ministry grow from like 2,000-3,000 to all of a sudden, tens and almost, oh my goodness. I mean, just crazy amounts of things, because they're at that place that God can give them so many, and they can care for so many. And I'm blown away by that. I have a reach, and I can do so much. And until God increases what I have and who I have round about me, then I get to take care of this little bitty bit, right, Dina? And it's not little bitty, it's quite a bit. And I'm really thankful for that. So here it is. And we're going to have other sons and other daughters. We are going to keep multiplying and reproducing this year. So just got to put that in there. So that's Old Testament. Let's pop on over to Matthew 5, shall we? Here it is. So one day, oh, there it is. He saw the crowds gathering. Oh, Jesus sees the crowds gathering. Don't you think Jesus is seeing us gathering here today? Ladies and gentlemen, the crowds are gathering. We're gathering the people in our reach. And as you go live, and again, this is my challenge this year, that you really reach to the people. You really reach out to the people in your network, in your communities, online, offline, in your home, that you just do this reach and you watch. And if you just open your mouth, if you just say, hey, you want to come over for coffee? Hey, you want to do this? Hey, you want to do that? You're going to see crowds gathering round about, because God's drawing men to himself because of you. Because of what you've chosen to do for him. Come on. So here it is. One day, as he saw the crowds gathering, Jesus seeing the crowds gather, and I just see the crowds gather. Let me just take that and turn that to a prayer. I see the crowds gathering into your lives, family, this year. I see the crowds gathering into your lives. And though you may be overwhelmed by it, take all that overwhelmingness, take it and throw it out. God doesn't give you more than you can handle, and he's going to give you what it is that you're to do with those crowds that come round about you. So here it is. So Jesus knew. He's like, hey, I've seen the crowds. Okay, there's a crowd coming. Let's go up on the mountain. Let's get a little closer. Let's get a little closer to God. Let's go on up there. So he goes on up on this mountain. I don't know, on the mountainside. So somehow he got up on this mountainside. So he probably just walked a little bit. So just up the mountainside, we got beautiful mountains that surround Wiesbaden. Oh my goodness, Wiesbaden, Germany, which is where I'm coming from today. So it's just beautiful. So he just went up a little bit. Crowds are gathering all around. And then his disciples gathered, and he sat down, and then his disciples gathered around him, and then he began to teach. And it was like, this is so cool. So you got people within your reach. I'm looking here. I'm seeing people that gather in all throughout the day. As you guys share, that's another way. As you share these videos, it's another way for crowds to gather, for people to gather and to hear the good news. Because that's what I want to give, is good news. And so Jesus says, God blesses those who are poor and realize their need for him, for theirs is the kingdom of God. And did you notice that Jesus didn't say, hey, God blesses those who are poor, who misspend their money. God blesses those who are poor, who don't take care of their bodies. God blesses those. No. He's saying God blesses those who are poor and realize their need for him. Oh, that just is really cool. So I just thought that was really interesting how he said that, that so many times we just get stuck on God blesses the poor. So this poor mentality, this beggar mentality is okay. I'm just so poor, God. I am weak, but you are strong. I am poor. We're not poor, we're rich. However, sometimes they just stink. And so it's like a poor time and stuff, but this is something else we're talking about here. God blesses those who are poor and realize their need for him. For theirs is the kingdom of God, and God blesses those who mourn. God blesses everybody who mourns, absolutely, yes. But he's not talking about God blessing you because you've been mourning over Jack, who just ripped up your back and who tore up your finances, and you're like, I want him back. Come on. God's not saying no. He's like, I'm not going to bless you for mourning because you want Jack back. He's saying, I am blessing you, those who mourn, for they will be comforted. He's talking about real mourning. He's like, man, I see you're hurting, sis. I see that you're hurting, brother. I see that, and I'm going to comfort you. And then God blesses those who are humble. God blesses those who are humble. This is what he's talking about today. And, I think about how God sometimes has to make us humble, or the situations we put ourselves into really make us humble. They really squelch out all pride, thank God, and the humility is just like, just walking in that humility and that humbleness is just a powerful thing, that God blesses those who are humble, not those who just are like, I'm nothing. That's not it. I'm everything. I'm everything because God made us everything. He made us. Hey, Jack Butler, I love you, brother. Absolutely love you. And so here it is. So God blesses those who are humble, for they will inherit the whole earth. Stop being so proud. You wondering why you ain't inheriting stuff, family? Get your pride out of the way. Kick it out the door and walk in humility. Walk humbly before the Lord your God. Walk humbly, knowing whose you are. Walk in that humbleness of knowing whose you are and who takes care of you and who works through you. Not that you're all that. All right? So there it is. And because and what about God blesses those who hunger and thirst? Man, how many of you read this? God blesses those who are hungry, and you're like, I'm hungry. Anybody, you open up a bag of snacks and all the 3-year-olds come running, I'm hungry, I want one, they just ate a huge amount of food, and they're like, no, I need M&Ms. I'm hungry, Nana. I'm hungry. Right, Larry? You know what I'm talking about here, right? You guys know what I'm talking about here. I know what I'm talking about here. God blesses those who are hungry, who hunger what? They're hungry for what? They're hungry for that banana pie. They're hungry for what? No, God blesses those who hunger and thirst for justice. My God, they hunger and thirst for justice. I'm looking over here for righteousness, for doing right. Oh, I get so hungry. Man, next time you're hungry, it just goes, are you hungry because you want to do what's right? Or are you hungry because you just want a candy bar? Are you really hungry? Are you really hungry? Come on. It's okay. Ask yourself those questions. Make it Sometimes we need to play. Sometimes we need to play a play. We need to play games on ourselves. We need to play games on others just like that. You really hungry? Or you just think you're hungry? You really hungry to do what's right? Is this what's doing what's right? Are you really hungry, Wendy, that you need that chocolate candy bar that you love that candy bar from the German store? Are you so hungry that you can have that? Yes, I am so hungry that I need to have that right now. I'm just so hungry. But yet, How about having that apple that's in your refrigerator that you already set yourself up for success? You're so hungry because you knew you'd be hungry this week. You bought yourself an apple. You bought yourself an apple and you wanted to set yourself up for success and eat something healthy instead of some chocolate bar. Come on, Kathy. Come on. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. And God blesses those who are merciful, for they will be shown mercy. God blesses those who are merciful. God's not saying I'm going to bless you for being a doormat to everybody who comes and walks all over you. You are not meant to be walked on. You get to walk this earth. This is your earth. This is your land. This is your land to take. This is it, family. This is yours. God blesses those who are merciful, for they will be shown mercy. My God. God blesses those whose hearts are pure. That's right. God blesses those whose hearts are pure. And he's not saying, I need you to take your Brillo pad. I need you to take your Brillo pad and do that cleanup on aisle 16 and talk to Ryan over there. And I need you to Brillo pad him down because he's not pure enough. No, family. That is not the God we serve. You know that. You know that. God blesses those whose hearts are pure. God blesses those whose hearts are pure, for they will see God. And God blesses those who work for peace. Come on. They work for peace. And for those 3-year-olds, I don't want work for peace. I don't like my peace. I don't want carrots. They work for peace. I know, Nana, can you try, explaining this principle to the kids. I just think about my little nephew. And or even older nephews and stuff, but if you were to say God, it'd be one of those videos that you're like, hey, what does God blesses those who work for peace? And they think of the word PEE or PEAS, God blesses those who work for peace. Who would work for peace? I want to work for money. Come on, I want to work for money. There it is, but no. So here it is. God blesses those who work for peace. What are you working for this year, family? Are you working for peace, or are you working to stir up strife in your family? Are you working to stir up strife? Are you still striving in your finances? Let's work towards peace. Let's apply the working towards peace in our physical bodies. What is it we can do to cause our bodies to just settle down, to stop being so inflamed, to stop being so scattered? What can we do? What can we implement that would sow peace into our bodies? How about our relationships? What can we sow into our relationships that we are in? I want to talk to you married couples, those of you who are sowing strife all the time. Stop it. If you can't find anything good about your husband or your wife, and you don't ever want to find something good about your husband or wife, leave them alone. Keep your mouth shut. May the words of your mouth and the meditations of your heart be fruitful and beneficial and powerful in God's sight. My goodness, work for peace in your relationship, not for strife. Don't work for division. Work for peace in relationship. If you've done all you can, then just step back and keep your peace in that situation. Just keep your peace. Keep it. How about in your finances? Where are you working for peace in your finances? You got money just coming out, you just spending money all over the place. How about piecing it out? How about putting it locked down and say, my peace is that I'm not spending any more money the rest of January except on things that I need to spend money on. I'm paying my tithe, I'm giving my offerings, I'm giving my gifts, and I'm paying my bills. That's what I'm doing. God, you increase, and I'm going to lock my finances down to sow peace into my finances, to sow peace into my marriage, to sow peace into my home, so we don't have to argue about money all the time, in Jesus' name. How about sowing peace into your character, no longer being an insulter, but being an encourager? How about not tearing people down? How about not giving a guilt trip? How about just doing things that just build character, that just really build people up? You want to be a builder of peace, that incite peace upon others, and which in all reality, it actually sends it back to you. You reap what you sow. There it is. You sow peace, you receive peace. And how about with your time management? What can you do? Because it's like, I find that I'm like, I got some things going on, especially right now. I've got this new group going on, Glow and Grow. I'm so excited excited about. Got some girls we're bringing through January and February. We start today. I'm so excited. I'm going to meet up with them after this, and we're going to be sowing peace, and we're going to be doing all sorts of things into our time management over the next 2 months that's going to build upon, and we're going to be able to, it's going to help us for the rest of our lives. We're sowing peace. How about spiritually? How can you sow peace spiritually and into your mental capacities, your to-do list? How about your emotional capabilities? What are you doing to sow peace into your emotional capabilities? If you're listening to music that is not sowing peace but sows discord, if you're listening to music that's talking about cheating on your wife all the time, maybe that peace is not the kind of peace you want in your home. Maybe. If you are, I could give you thousands and stuff, because I just have to put it back on me, because, I don't usually listen to radio music and stuff, but I tell you, I turned on the radio on the way to my shopping day today, and it was just really beautiful. There were so many love songs. I was just thinking about Kevin. I was just thinking, I'm not a romantic. I'm totally not a romantic at all. I'm not one iota. No romance. If it comes from God. That's it. That's where it comes from. Kevin will attest. I'm telling you, he will. And so anyway, I'm thinking of these luscious lyrics in these songs I've not heard, and I was just like, oh, this is so sweet, and it just made me think of Kevin, and I was like, I could listen to that, because it made me think of Kevin and how I could also translate them into my love for the Lord as well. So what is the peace? What are the things that we're listening to? What are we bringing into our gates, right? There it is. For they will be called. So God blesses those who work for peace, and here is that sowing and reaping, for they will be called children of God. Don't think you're a children of God. I am. I'm a children of God. I am. I'm sowing peace. I'm sowing peace. That's what I'm doing. I'm sowing peace. I love sowing peace. I love doing this. Right, Dana? Hey, Debbie. Debbie Arnett. I love you, Debbie. So here it is, the last one, verse 10. I guess we had a couple more. God blesses those who are persecuted for doing right. Man, sometimes doing the right thing is really hard. Sometimes I persecute myself for doing the right thing. Sometimes other people persecute me for doing the right thing. Sometimes the enemy of my soul persecutes me for doing the right thing. Arrgh, he does. That's what he does and stuff. But you know what? Blessed are those who are persecuted for doing right, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. Ooh. That said the kingdom of heaven. That didn't say whatever is back in the back 40 in the kingdom of heaven. You can't have that. No, all of the kingdom of heaven is mine. All of the kingdom of heaven is mine. And then verse 11, God blesses you when people mock you and persecute you and lie about you and say all sorts of evil against you because you are my followers. Verse 12, be happy about it. Be very glad, for a great reward awaits you in heaven. And remember, the ancient prophets were persecuted in the same way. And he goes on and on and on to talk about that. So family, what am I saying is that as you're reading through the word, remember it's about relationship. It's not about checking it off your list. Maybe it's about checking it off your list this year. You want to read your Bible. That's it. Don't forget the relationship aspect, because remember, when people come, or you come to someone and you're wanting to have a one-on-one with them, and you just wanting to just sit down in their presence, and you're just wanting to enjoy them and everything, you want more from them. You're wanting a little bit more, right, as far as the relationship goes. And that's exactly what our God in heaven is wanting. He wants relationship with you. He wants more than just to be something on your to-do list. He wants to be your everything. And what does that look like? That looks like this. That it's just, I live my life, and I just do, knowing that I am in the presence of God at all times. And you just get so comfortable being there. There's a comfortability that God brings, and it's just such a beautiful thing. So I just had to share that with you. I just have to share that good news with you, because he's just so good. He is just so good. So absolutely good. I'm just looking to see. There was a few songs I had pulled out that I felt like the Lord was maybe wanting to do. So nope, there's nothing else here today. So family, I just want to, for me anyway, because I know he's got bunches and bunches from you. So have you been in your word? What is he saying to you? What is God saying to you? I just speak blessings of peace over you, that you would be peace givers and peace receivers, because you see, you can give peace, but yes, you do, Debbie. You are the good news. I tell you, you tell yourselves right now, I am the good news. I am the good news. Oh yeah, I am the good news, because the great I am lives within inside of you and permeates your soul. I am the good news. And I just speak that blessing, that you catch that, you capture that, it encapsulates you, it surrounds you, it fills you, that you are good news. You are the good news to yourself, right, Jack? We're good news to ourselves. We got to be speaking to ourselves. We're good news to others. And we're good news to this world. We're good news even to the birds that sing. We're good news. We're good news. We're good news. I'm shouting good news across the lands. My good news is shouting and reverberating across the lands and across the seas. And it's going to catch up to you, and you're going to have even more good news. Boom, 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 boom. You know, kissing on your face and enrapturing you and hugging you and cuddling you. That's what the good news does. That's what the good news does. That's what it does. Family, I want you to know that I see you, I celebrate you, and you are enough. And beyond me seeing and celebrating you today, the God of all gods, the Lord of all lords, the King of all kings, God sees you, God celebrates you, and wants you to know you are enough. You are enough. I'm telling you, you are so enough, right, Ivory? God is so good. Have a great day. Choose from Beast Button. Choose Instagram.